So we're going to look at today what roots mean. So we've got something like this, the root of 16. This translates to 16 to the 1/2, which we know is 4. So the half, the 2, is something that goes there, and we usually be found here. For a square root, we don't actually write it. So for something like the cubed root of 42, we would write 42 to the 1/3. Draw that 3 quick properly. Yeah. The fourth root of 50 would be 50 to the 1/4. The fifth root of 75 would be 75 to the 1/5. As you can see, with each of these on the left, on the right here, we're not actually going to work them out. You'd need a calculator. But the idea is just transform radical into exponential. Okay, now this goes a bit further. So if you had sort of 32 to the 2/3, now what does that mean in radical form? Well, the 3 would be the cubed root. And then the 32 would have the square attached. So that is something that is equivalent there. If we go the other way around and say the fifth root of 20 squared, we know that 20 squared is that, and then the fifth root just becomes the fraction on the bottom. So whatever number is here ends up being the bottom of the fraction right there. Just going to review negative exponents now. So we know that 4 to the -2 is 1/4 squared. How about -4 to the -2? We know that this negative and this negative have nothing to do with each other. So therefore this first negative can stay, and we get 1/4 squared again. All right, now this changes slightly if we do something like this. Again, this negative and this negative have nothing to do with each other, so therefore we cannot cancel them out. But we know that the negative up here on the power means that it flips upside down. So we do 1/-4, and then it becomes a positive power. And this now equals 1 squared on top and -4 squared on the bottom. I put a bracket around because it includes the negative here, and we get 1/16. Next we're going to look at something that's not very easy to understand, but let's have a look. 1/4 we know is 1/2 squared. 1/8, well, 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, it's 2 cubed. And 1/16 is 1/2 to the 4th. And 1/32 is 1/2 to the 5th. So what we're doing, we're taking a fraction and we're putting it into powers of another number. Well, it gets a bit tricky if we get things like this, 1/81. Okay, so what do we know about 81? 81 equals 9 times 9. And we know that 9 times 9 is 3 times 3, and then 3 times 3. So straight away, we've got that 81 is 3 to the 4th. So therefore, 1/81 will be 1/3 to the 4th. And that's how you work things like this out. So if we look at 1/32, what does 32 equal? 32 equals 32 is, well, we know it's 4 times 8, don't we? And we take each of those numbers. 4 is 2 times 2, and 8 is 2 times 4. And then we write these all out again, and we get to 4 again, and we know that's 2 times 2. So look at this, we've got 5 2's here. So 32 is 2 to the power 5. So therefore 1 over 32 is 1 over 2 to the 5. So it's question 7 here. Unfortunately, the dog has chewed up the paper, so I can't photocopy it. Which power is equivalent to the cube root of 65 to the 4th? And A, B, C, or D. Question 8, express negative 5 in brackets to the negative 2 as a power with a positive exponent. Remember that positive exponent? And A, B, C, or D. Question 9, evaluate 6 to the negative 3, A, B, C, or D. Try that. Question 10, express 1 over 625 as a power with a negative exponent. So you've got 4 choices, A, B, C, and D again. Final question 11, evaluate 243 over 32 to the 1/5. You could do it on a calculator, but I'd rather you show your work and do it as we did in the video. It just stretches your mind a bit better. Okay, so put all your work onto a piece of paper, write it out, take a copy, and email it through to me. Thank you.